My cash stack, high yields on stable coins, yeah, that's where my bag at. All I really need is Wi-Fi, get money on DeFi, mega cash on MetaMask. You better run when the runners run, show you how to get your money up. Dollar inflated like bubble gum, markets are jumping like double dutch. Buying up gold till I get a ton, crypto, yeah, I got some. You better run when the runners run, you better run when the runners.
Good evening, everyone. It's Tuesday, July 2nd, 2024. So many distractions out there right now. We're here to make sure you guys stay focused with your eyes on the prize. And as always, we're going to bring in the man himself, Ricardo Hamilton, aka M.I.M.S,
Get
making
it.
it make sense. What's up, brother?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hope everybody's having a great Tuesday evening here. Fired up and excited, man. It's kind of quiet out there, Mike. Feel like the quiet before the storm, man. But
Yep.
I'm telling you, there's always information and things that are going on that people need to be aware of and constantly reminded of things that they should be doing. So I'm fired up for tonight's show. I'm doing good, brother. How are you?
Man, I'm doing great. And again, guys, like Ricardo said, is the quiet before the storm, right? Like we have all these distractions. We had the presidential debate. There's Hawk Tui girl and all these other things you can get distracted with. Ricardo might talk about the BET awards a little bit tonight. And crypto's just been kind of going sideways, right? And it's really easy to get like, oh man, this is, I'm bored with it. If something's not going up 50%, you lose interest. It's summer, it's nice out, you're going out to do things. So tonight we want to focus on what you guys can be doing to make sure you're prepared and you don't miss this generational wealth transfer that's about to happen. So tonight, Mems, we're just gonna kind of keep it simple, go a little old school here,
All right.
um, and start with where's the money? Where's the money? Okay, this is the market cap of the top assets in the world. Gold at 15.7 trillion, $2,339 per ounce. Then you have Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, Google, Amazon, oil, and then silver at number 8 at $29.90, just a little below 30. Then
Mm.
you got Facebook, then you got Bitcoin. And again, we say this all the time, guys. We focus on gold, silver, Bitcoin, and cryptocurrency because without gold and silver, you can't have Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia, or Google, or really Amazon, right? The main thing they do is cloud service now, really. So you need all of those things. All of those businesses need gold and silver. So, Mims, anything you want to double down when we look at the top 10 assets in the world here?
Yeah, I mean, we always show this because most people don't really think about these things. They aren't aware of these things. And it's important to know because we all want to make sure that we are holding the right assets to make sure that we have a better, more secure financial future. And, this information is not something that, is broadcasted, every day all around the world to help people remember that, hey, the number one asset in the world is gold. Do you have it? And
Mm.
that's something that's easily accessible in different increments. Hey, the number 8 asset is silver, very massively undervalued right now, very affordable right now, real money. The world is changing to where those who have real money, physical gold and silver, have money, while people are waking up to what a lot of them are holding as debt. They're holding a fiat currency, the Federal Reserve's note, that is losing its status and value around the world. So it's important to see these things because you need to be doing these things. You need to be moving your money in these assets. This is where the wealthy hold their assets. This is how they continue to preserve and grow their wealth for generations. And this is what we're doing, helping people do exactly the same thing.
No, 100%. And again, guys, Ethereum is only at 3,382, still above Samsung, Procter and Gamble, Costco, Johnson and Johnson, Bank of America, and that's the number 2 cryptocurrency. It was above Mastercard. I'm sure it will be here soon. Was above Vanguard, total stock market ETF. So again, you need to learn this space. I still had a bunch of people message me um, today, and like they don't know how to do DeFi. I posted some token I bought. They're like, "What exchange is this on?" They don't know how to look at CoinGecko and see where an exchange is. So let's do. I wasn't even planning on doing this, but let's do that right now because I feel as if people need to be able to do their own research. So this is CoinGecko. So when you're researching cryptocurrency, you want to go to either CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap. So you guys can see here, let's just look at the big picture here. We can look at the total market cap. That means how much money is in crypto. And again, you guys can see here, I mean, this was when we got into crypto, and look how tiny that looks now compared to where we're at now and what we've been through. This was the second big bull market. And again, you can see we're almost getting close to breaking where we were last time. And then this is going to look tiny. This is going to look like nothing. So this is why you guys have to prepare now, because really, this is kind of where we're at right here. Okay, getting ready to take off and blast into, the next big bull market. But what most people are looking at is if you look at Bitcoin for, let's go 3 months, it's just kind of like, this is just called chopping. It's, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. But we've basically been between 60,000 and 70,000 for like 3 months now. Okay. And this is, why people lose focus. You can see the YouTube views on crypto videos are way down. People aren't as interested, but this is the time you guys have to focus, get your entries, make sure your dollar cost averaging. And this is kind of what we want to focus you guys on right now is this is what you need to be doing. This week again, well, I mean, today, really nothing what was really going on. Even if you look at the 7-day, ENS had a big rally, Akash, and then Avalanche, and then after that, everything's under 10%. So it's kind of easy to get bored, get distracted, not focus on this, especially with the nice weather. So that's what we really want to focus you guys on tonight is how to stay consistent with what you're doing. So here's an example, Mims. Okay, Blender. Okay, I bought some of this today. So why did I buy this today? Well, first of all, the market cap's under $20 million. All right. And let's pull back a year here. This token has already hit $4, okay, on March 30th. It is now at 48 cents. All right. So that basically means you have an 8x or 800% until it gets back to just its all-time high it had a few months ago. You can see it's exhausted. I mean, it's basically as low as it's ever been, even than when it first came out. So this is what I'm saying is this is the time to get your entries into different altcoins because we're going to show you guys some evidence tonight that the market could be making a pivot here to start going higher. And so MIMS, if someone's like, well, where do I get Blender? Okay, you're going to go to CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap, whatever token you want to buy. Again, I'm not telling you guys to buy this. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. And we're going to go to markets. Okay, so it's only available on 6 markets. All right, which is not a lot, which is why I'm buying it because I want to buy stuff before it gets on a bunch of different exchanges. Now you can go and buy it on Uniswap, and you're going to pay a pretty high ETH fee. So you need to learn how to use Rabby Wallet. You need to learn how to use Uniswap. If you don't know how to do those things, you're not going to have massive success in crypto because you're just buying off exchanges when something's already gone up, 50 times. Now, MEXC, we can no longer use if we live in the USA, even with a VPN. You have to do what's called KYC. Okay. So the only place I know to get this is CoinX. All right. You will need a VPN to get it there. But that's where I buy a lot of my tokens now that are new. So you got to learn how to use a VPN, Rabby, and then buy on the exchange. But this is the knowledge that you guys do. And again, we teach this all for free. You can join our free school community down below, looking on our YouTubes. But MIMS, maybe just stress how important it is right now that people stay focused, don't get distracted, and really get educated on how to move in the DeFi and cryptocurrency space.
You might not have that much time as you think.
No.
Okay. I know. Yeah, that's what people don't really realize. Things are accelerating, and accelerating really fast here. As we get obviously closer to the election, BRICS, what's going on with military movements around the world, trade agreements being signed. The ability for global trade to happen outside of the dollar is a real thing. The inflation and the economy is still really in a crisis mode. They're managing it and keeping the illusion alive, but we are due for a crash. It is inherent. It is something that happens every decade or so. That is just made up in the system. And the question is, are you prepared for that? Do you remember the last crash in '08, right? How did that affect your friends, your family? Was there an opportunity for you in these markets, in these assets that we're sharing with you, that if you acquired them back at that time, would you be more financially secure today? History repeats itself, and the way that this fiat system model works, and because of the time that we're in right now, where it's actually collapsing, this is the perfect time. Mike talked about earlier, he said Agenda 2025, which I'll get into a little later. But this is a sign of the shift. And they're trying to tell you, but at the same time, they got you looking over here and not looking over here, right? And so it's important that you really zoom out, like Mike shows you when he looks at the chart. If you look at it from the last 3 months, you will look at a picture and you will create, some understanding around the 3 months chart. But when you zoom out to the year, it tells a bigger story. And so that's what we want to help people see. We want to help people see the bigger story behind just what they're putting in your face, so we can make it make sense and help you and your family prosper the same way we're doing with ours.
Yeah, and we're going to get into a lot of evidence showing this, but I want to show you guys this really quick just to remind you again, okay? Is, the base of your wealth is physical gold and silver, okay? We can look at countries around the world or banks. What are they doing? They are buying record amounts of gold and silver, okay? World central banks bought $24 billion in gold in just the last 3 months. That's 290 tons. And they're doing this because what is the Federal Reserve and banks all around the world doing? Money printer go burr. They are creating as much dollars and currency as possible because they have nothing else. Okay, that's it. That's their playbook. Just create more money, cause more inflation, kick the can down the road. Okay, so we can look at banks are doing this. We can look at China is buying gold like there's no tomorrow. They're getting rid of their dollars and their bonds. They're dumping them and getting real money. So if banks around the world are doing this, if countries are around the world are doing this, we want to make sure that you guys are doing this, right? And we have the best prices on gold and silver. Okay. We like to just do a live comparison every night to show you guys. So I always do the Canadian maple leaf. I think Canadian silver maple leaf is the best bang for your buck when it comes to getting real money. Right now, at cost metals, $31.79 per ounce. Mims, do you think anyone's going to beat us?
No, of course not.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Never, ever.
So JM Bullion, 38.30. Again, look at that. 38.30 at JM Bullion, 31.79 with at cost metals. I did a price comparison earlier. That's about 20% off. You can go to SD Bullion that claims they have the lowest prices, period. Okay, this is a
They gotta
lie.
change that real soon. They got to change
Nope.
that.
They want 36.22. So we're beating them by about $5. We can go to goldandsilver.com. They want 36.29. Again, we're beating them by about 20%. We can go to APMEX. They want 37.28. And again, M.I.M.S, even, was it JM that does 1,500? Where is that? Yeah, SD Bullion. Supposedly the lowest price period.
Right.
If you got 1,500 silver ounces from them and you paid with a check or a wire,
Right.
you're still
Not beating.
overpaying
Mm.
if you just got one coin from
Not
Atlas
hard,
Metals.
folks. It's not hard. I don't know why people have loyalty to companies. It doesn't make sense. If you were shopping at JM Bullion, SD Bullion, goldsilver.com, AppMex, so what? Now it's time to change. Get a better price, get more metal. That's what it's about. It's about collecting and accumulating the asset. And at cost metals, they have the best prices, period. Nobody's going to beat them. This is going to be the biggest company for precious metals. It's already starting out that way. There are people who are ordering a whole lot of metal. Hundreds of thousands of dollars are moving right now in metal. Okay. And it's going to be more, millions. Okay. Understand something. So we fired up and excited because we love to get value and we love to help get value at the best prices so people can become more wealthier. So nobody's going to ever beat at cost metals prices unless they're below cost, and that will never exist.
Nope. Nailed it.
No, 100%, brother. We got the best thing smoking. So tonight, guys, I want to give you the actual evidence that I think the market in cryptocurrency is getting ready to turn around, and you need to really start paying attention and focusing on your plan and what you want to do. So, guys, we watch, dozens of hours of different videos all week, and we bring you guys what we think is the best one each week or couple. And to me, seeing this evidence really got me excited and even got me to say, hey, I have to start taking crypto more seriously. I have to start focusing and doing certain things. So we're going to listen to Crypto Banter and Rand talk a little bit about the evidence on the charts that this market is about to take off. And you guys need to make sure that you get positioned right now.
The bands that show the compression on Bitcoin. Now, when I look at the Bollinger Bands have only been this tight. I spoke about this yesterday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times since the beginning of Bitcoin. Since the beginning of Bitcoin. The beginning of Bitcoin. In the first time, we had a huge pump from Bitcoin from 12,000 to 50,000 plus. The second time it went down. The third time we went up. The fourth time we went up. And now the Bollinger Bands are telling us that we're about to get a move. You have an asset that has been around for, call it 15 years now, give or take. 14 years, 15 years, whatever, however you call it. And in 15 years, this is the tightest that the Bollinger Bands have ever been. So we are expecting a move. Now, if we get a move, it could be one of the most hated moves in history, right? And everything's showing us that the move could actually be an up move. We've had a 2-month golden cross. Look what.
So he goes into this, and why he's calling it a hated rally is because nobody expects it. So basically, he talks about in the rest of this video that if you held your altcoins, you have diamond hands. So basically, all the sellers are gone, okay? And people don't think the market's going to go up right now. A lot of people don't, right? They're distracted. They're bored. It's summer. And that's why it's the hated rally, because the people that aren't paying attention don't want it. And then they keep putting off buying and putting off buying. And then once they see that it's taken off, then they come in. Then we start going to the moon. All right. So, and again, so the Bollinger Bands, which are just basically an instrument you use on the chart, are tight. Okay. That's why Bitcoin's just been going like this for so long. For 3 months, we showed the chart. Here's another one, the Golden Cross. So this is just another charting example that this market could be ready to take off.
What happened every time we've had a 2-month golden cross? This is every single time since the beginning of Bitcoin. Let me just show you. Every single time, move up, move up, move up, move up. Every single time. There's a weekly hidden divergence. I don't really want to talk to this, but what he says is the last time that this happened, Bitcoin rallied from 25 to 70,000. We need a green weekly close to confirm, but we could be taking off soon. Okay. The stock market shows little sign of slowing down, and Bitcoin needs to catch up. The Fed liquidity is the net rate of change of Fed liquidity is in the last, the Fed's net liquidity rate of change spike in the 15 months. The last time this happened, Bitcoin rose 40% in 1 week. I'm not assuming you're going to repeat it, but you'll have to see it. Also, if we look very far down the line, we've got the elections, and Trump is talking about maybe having the head of Robinhood compliance as the SEC chair. Now, wouldn't that be like a crazy, crazy, crazy thing? So in general, what I'm saying is, look, I know we're all beat, and I know we're all tired, and I know it's been rough, and we'll talk about altcoins in a second. But it just feels like nobody believes that Bitcoin can rally. And I kind of believe that if I got on the phone now and I called people and I said, listen, be buying Bitcoin, you know what I think they'd say to me? I think they'd say to me, bro, you keep telling us to buy Bitcoin, but it doesn't move. We're not really interested. That's exactly the point.
And I think that's kind of where, you know, a lot of our community or people that follow us now, right? They've just been seeing the price go down, go down. Well, you know, Bitcoin sideways, but altcoins go down, go down, go down. We had a price, you know, jump up in gold and silver a few weeks ago. But what have they been doing for the last few weeks? Just kind of going like this. Okay. That's those Bollinger Bands squeezing. So Mims, any inspiration you want to give people just kind of from the technical, you know, education knowledge we're seeing here of why they need to focus right now, even though things might seem boring?
Yeah, I mean, I say it all the time. You know, I'd rather be 1 year or even 2 years too early than one day too late. And nobody knows exactly when the market is going to take off, but you want to make sure that you're in position. So when it does take off, you're not, you know, rushing or, you know, missing out on opportunities. You know, just like Mike showed you Blender right now. You know, I mean, you don't want to wait and then, you know, it takes off because, you know, when things take off, they take off. Okay.
Right.
And yeah, you're gonna miss out and you're gonna FOMO in and all this and that. So no, it's important, you know, just to kind of understand where the market is right now. You know, most people want to buy green and sell red, and you got to kind of get out of that, you know, mindset when it comes to investing or, you know, acquiring assets. You want to buy it when it's red, when it's not talked about, when it's, you know, when the sentiment is down, when you're like, nobody's talking about this anymore. What's going on? That's when you buy because eventually they will. Okay. And eventually the market will come back around, right? It's not going anywhere. Blockchain, Bitcoin, these assets, you know, this stuff is not going anywhere. In fact, it's becoming more harder to acquire and produce. So it's going to go up. You just want to make sure that when it does go up, you know, these that you're in position, and that's what we want to help you do.
Yeah, and I might pull this up in a little bit, but again, huge news this week, guys. USDC became a like a regular currency in Europe. So USDC, the stable coin backed by Circle, can now be used to basically pay anything in Europe. Okay, huge.
Yep.
Sony, I don't know if you've ever heard of them. Sony Music, Sony PlayStation. They just bought a cryptocurrency exchange. So Sony is going to have their own cryptocurrency exchange. So again, huge things are happening. It's just you're not hearing about them
Yeah.
because, you know, the media doesn't
Yep.
want you to know about these things.
XRP, XLM, make sure you got it back because these are the rails where things are going to move. Even with Circle XCT, then XLM. You know what I mean? Like, just make sure that you definitely have these real infrastructure, you know, blockchains that are going to be used and that are making major partnerships all around the world. You know, in the U.S., it's not getting that kind of a love and attention, especially in the chart. But I'm telling you, internationally, they already have everything built. As soon as they flick the switch, it's ready to go. So
Yep.
that's what I mean by 1 year, 2 years too late, and you know, too early and one day too late. Because when it flicks, especially with crypto, that you don't know what can happen. We can have any type of event happen prior to the election, and you know everybody's locked out of their assets for 24 hours, 72 hours until things settle down. And then when you turn back on the computer and you get access, you see your assets have skyrocketed in value, and you've missed the opportunity. You know, they do this stuff all the time. Look what happened with Robinhood and what's going on with the trading. They halt trading all the time on GME. They'll make up an excuse. They'll say something happened. We had to hit the kill switch, executive order on the internet really quick. And then they reevaluate the assets. That's what they're going to do with gold. That's what they're going to do with
Mhm.
silver. These assets will get reevaluated. Okay? And they're not going to give you time like that. No, no, no.
Nope.
You think they're going to give you
Nope.
time? They think they think that, you know, it doesn't work like that. So I hope you don't think that they're gonna give you time. I hope you don't think they're coming to save you. They come to save you with
Nope.
social credit score. They come to save you with universal basic income. You know, they come to save you with CBDCs. Okay, where really you're recontracting yourself right back into the matrix of slavery and no freedom, where they have all control over you, what you buy, what you spend. So it's important that you get into these assets now before the switch flicks. Okay, before this thing takes off.
Nailed it.
All right, I got about two more minutes here on the video. and bringing up some more evidence of why you guys need to get ready.
And that is what Ki Young Ju actually says. He says the market is boring with less volatility. There's less interest from buyers and sellers. Retail exit liquidity, there's no more retail exit liquidity. Retail exit liquidity is not here. It's the ideal time for Bitcoin, for whales to accumulate Bitcoin, and they are. We're still in the bull market, but it's become boring. Now you
And I love that saying there, boring is an opportunity. That's the main takeaway we want you guys to have today is crypto seems boring or it's going down. Gold and silver seem boring the last few weeks. This is the opportunity. You want to be buying when it's boring. Buy when it's boring. I just thought of that. I never heard anyone say it. Buy when it's boring.
You can see that every other time that we've been in this yellow time, except once, which was here. Every other time where the accumulation point has been here and it's been yellow, guess what? We've rallied. And this time, if we do rally, nobody is going to believe the rally. And that's why, if we do rally, we could get into this part of the rally. And if we get into this part of the rally is representative of a hated rally. And hated rallies last the longest and are the steepest of all the rallies. So what Crypto Jelly says, he says in hindsight, it's going to be obvious. So we can't see it now, and now we're all beaten. And to be honest, we've had the spirit taken out of us, especially after yesterday. It was a bad day for me. I don't know about you. It was a tough day for me. We'll talk about that. But no one believes the rally. And when the rally comes, it'll probably melt faces because no one believes it. And on the way up, people will still not believe it and still not believe it and still not believe it. And then we're going to get to a point where we're going to have so much FOMO. And as we get more and more FOMO, this rally is just going to continue and continue and continue. And it's going to do to people what NVIDIA did to people in the stock market. Now, that is what you need. That is what we need. What we are preparing ourselves for. So remember, be careful. Performance of altcoins.
All right, this is the last thing I want you guys to see, and this is why I'm starting to buy altcoins again. Okay, I've been I held most of my altcoins, okay, because I knew this was only temporary, but this is the last thing this is where the big money is, guys, okay? Altcoins that have been beaten down like I showed you Blender, okay? So look at this chart and listen to what he says. This is the last piece we're going to listen.
Relative to Bitcoin. What this chart is, it's published by Crypto Michael. It's others, which is others are the top coins, including Bitcoin and ETH, I think, over BTC. And you can see that relative to BTC, altcoins are in a bottom. In other words, I mean, this is the bottom of the last cycle of altcoins relative to Bitcoin. This is the bottom of the last cycle. This is where we were in June 2023, and we are bottoming again. I think it's safe to say that unless you've been holding specific alts like Arweave, like Solana, like ETH, like NEAR, that if you've been holding a larger bag of alts, it's been the worst investment of your life. And the truth is that no one really believes that alts are going to rally anytime soon. In fact, right now, if people walk in, they say, look, we're going to buy Bitcoin because there's no chance that we're buying altcoins. But remember, what we said is that when people have given up, when people have capitulated, just look at this altcoin buying signal. Just look at this altcoin buying signal. It's like below zero. Just check, look at this. It's below zero. It's like zero interest in altcoins, zero opportunity in altcoins. But it will change. And
so that's really what I wanted you guys to take away there of just, like he's saying, there's zero interest. No one's paying attention. Boring is the opportunity to buy right now. M.I.M.S, anything you want to add as he ended that short video there?
Now, I think he gave some great analysis, and I feel he's right. We're right on the precipice. We like I talked about earlier. We're in the later half now. Of this year. We're in summertime. It's going to get exciting as we close out this year. Major events, major developments. And obviously the data is confirming that. The charts, the indicators is confirming that. So once again, this is the time to get in. I know we're having fun. It's summertime, but make sure you got your bags packed, okay? Or it might be too late. And that's how you need to think about it moving forward.
And just for fun, let's look at our top 10 coins. All right, so these are the top 10 coins. I think we did this sometime during the spring. So ton has actually done pretty well. I wish I could get a 30-day on that. Ton has probably gone up maybe since we talked about it 3 months ago. Yeah, so tons. I actually wanted to buy some of this today, but it's kind of at its all-time high, so I waited a little bit. But ton has done well since we called it out. H bar, I'm assuming, has gone down. Yeah, we had that big pump there, but pretty much stayed, it was 10 cents here, it's 7 cents now. Hasn't gone down a ton. SUI, I think, has dropped quite a bit. Yeah, so that SUI, I think, was almost $2. Yeah, so SUI hit $2 in March 27th, and it's down to 81 cents. So that's over 50% off sale. Are we? So it's down. It did kind of rally up here in May. So RWEV's been up to 48, down below 30 right now. That's one I buy every week. Pendle's down 27% this week. Look at where that's at. Okay, kind of choppy. It's at $7. It's almost down to 4 right now. So that's almost 50% off. So again, guys, like, I buy H bar every week. I buy RWeave every week. I buy Pendle every week right now. Aerodrome's way down. Okay, this is on base. Just 3 months. You can see we've hit 225. We're down to 60 cents. So I mean, guys, you just gotta have to look at this as like it's on sale. Oh, Hash AI is gonna. I'm surprised it's still 513. So Hash AI. Need to buy some more of this. It's not even a penny. Market cap 71 million. So that's gone down a ton. I'd say that's well over 50% off. OPSEC, again, guys, has already gone up to $3, and we still bought this at 15 cents. So I mean, we're still way up. We obviously took some profit. You can see here, go back a little bit. Basically, OPSEC hit $3. It's down to 66 cents right now. And Corium, I still think is going to be huge, down at 11 cents. This is on the XRP ledger, dealing with real world assets. I just think it's got to wait for XRP to move. That was at 25 cents. Now it's down to 11. So, I mean, there's just so many opportunities out there. The key here, guys, is to be consistent and have a plan and execute it. Automate the process of becoming wealthy. Set up auto buys of gold and silver with at-cost metals. Set up auto buys either daily, weekly, or monthly with the favorite cryptocurrencies that you like, that you want a dollar cost average into. M.I.M.S, anything you want to close us out with tonight, just to kind of
Yeah.
inspire people?
Yeah. So some people might have watched the BT Rewards. I didn't watch them. I just get the highlights. But one thing I did notice, I saw Taraji P. Henson talk about Agenda 2025. And most people don't know what this is. And depending on how your algorithm works, you might get a specific segment of Agenda 2025 that is in alignment with the narrative where they want to push you in a certain direction, but not really understanding. And so what I did was I went to Chat GPT and I said, Agenda 2025, explain it in a paragraph. And this is what it says. ChatGPT said the 2025 agenda outlines a strategic roadmap for transitioning the global financial system from a debt-based model to an asset-backed framework. Okay, we talk about this all the time. The shift that's taking place, the reset in the monetary system, from a debt-based monetary system to an asset-based monetary system and framework. It says this transformational shift aims to address the systemic flaws of excess debt and fiat currency dependency by emphasizing its importance um, importance of tangible and digital assets like gold, silver, and cryptos. But this is the thing about it, folks. All the time, you want to make sure that you are accumulating the right assets. Okay. And this is what we talk about: gold, silver, cryptocurrency. There's an economic side of things, there's a political side of things. There's different things that you want to be aware of, but the most important thing is your own economy. Okay. You want to make sure that you're in charge of your own economy, accumulating these assets. So this is what we get excited about. We can't go wrong. It's like I feel like I bought something, but I didn't buy. I didn't buy. I just saved. But I have this real asset, so it's important. And I'm looking at the chat GPT. It might have included some other stuff there, but this is either way we're winning, and we want y'all to win. This is the time to get physical silver, gold, and be in the crypto. That's the whole point. And we have the best places to get physical silver and gold. There's no need to overpay for these assets. We show you how to get. I was in a Uber, a Lyft the other day, and the guy thought that you had to buy a whole Bitcoin to get the Bitcoin. There's people that don't know that you can buy fractions of these assets. $1, $5. He didn't know how to get silver. I'm gonna tell you something too. It's not for everybody, folks. If you listening to this information and people who know this stuff, you are blessed. I'm telling you, because certain people can't even tap into this frequency. And even if they hear this information, because I talk to people. Do you think that they really try to, ask me for my number, my Instagram? Hey, I need to do this. Some people do, but majority of people are just stuck in their paradigm, in their bubble, in their zone. They're not picking up what I'm putting down. They're not, tapping into the higher understandings and making the correlations, and connecting. The neurons ain't firing us, because people feeling it and they seeing it, and then somebody can tell you what's going on and provide a solution for you, and you sit on your hands. So that's a lot of people, but obviously you running with runners, that's not you. So don't get mad at these people, because I know that you've probably tried to share with them these videos that we've been talking about, where we talk about the economy. You probably try to share with them silver and gold and crypto, and they ain't touching it. Unfortunately, like I said, those who have eyes to see and ears to hear, they're gonna tap in, and some people just not able to. So, you just gotta say, God bless you and go on to the next. But make sure that you doing the right thing for your family, because what's going on in the economy. The reset is real. They're reevaluating gold and silver tier 1 asset according to Bank of International Settlements. That they're making the economy shift from a debt-based model to an asset-backed model, right? The question is, do you have the assets? Are you accumulating them? We're not up here just talking about it. This is what we're doing, and you should be doing as well. Everybody should be saving their dollars in physical silver and gold right now. It's the only way to save. That's the funny thing. There is no other way really to save your money.
Right.
You don't save it in dollars. The dollar doesn't save. Okay. So how else do you save the value, the purchasing power of what you're working so hard for, and that you're relying on to feed and clothe and, make sure your tomorrow look better than yesterday? It's gold and silver. If you're not saving in gold and silver, you're not financially secure and ready for what's to come. Okay. Because you cannot be all digital. I wouldn't sleep well if all my wealth was tied to digital.
Nailed it.
I know that there's a such thing as EMPs. I know there's a such thing as cyber attacks. I know there's a such thing as grid going down situations, whether it was domestic or foreign who did it. We do have domestic enemies. We do have foreign enemies. And right now, if you saw the debate, and most people didn't even see after the debate, Joe Biden barely could get off the stage by himself.
Saw that.
He need 2 people on each side of him.
Yeah.
And so the world is seeing this. And if the world is going to do something, this is the time to do it. They need to act fast. And that's what they're doing behind the scenes. You might not realize it, you might not see it, but they're moving very quickly. Okay, because the emperor has no clothes and it's an opportunity for them to take back control. So listen, go silver crypto and just get prepared. I guess you can, but don't have a normalcy bias. Don't be complacent. Don't suffer from cognitive dissonance. You know, take this information seriously. Go ahead and fact check, do your due diligence, do your research, right? But make sure that you take an action in some way that's going to position you to get ahead for you and your family in this near future. Yeah.
Jordan, reach out to Ricardo or myself, wherever you're watching this on, and we'll get you a link to that to get the lowest price.
Yeah, I think one of us know Jordan, but anybody else, just get back to the person who invited this video with you. But we actually know Jordan, and just reach out to one of us. It doesn't matter, and we'll get the link to you. No problem.
All right. Well, you guys, again, stay focused. Don't be distracted by all the shiny objects out there. Everyone enjoy
Except this.
your July 4th. Yeah, except that. You can get distracted
Except
by gold
this
and
shiny
silver.
object. Exactly. This is what you need. Facts.
All right, you guys
Yep.
enjoy your
Happy
4th.
4th of July.
Keep fighting for our liberties and freedoms because they're under attack now like they never have been. All right, we'll see you guys next week.